What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wakefield FC Road to Glory career mode. We were able to keep a hold of that third place position in League 2 last season, and we've earned our way automatically up to League 1. It's going to be a big challenge. A lot of players have left, so we're going to go see what the new board objectives are. I've taken a quick look already, and they're kind of similar to what they were in the first time around, so we'll take a look at that. There was a little glitch that happened to the team, which actually I think helped us out a little bit, but we'll see what we're going to do about that. And yeah, we'll see how Carney's doing with his injury. It was a big injury in last episode, and see how some of the youngsters are developing along. So let's go take a look at that now. So taking a look at the team sheet, this is how the squad is lining up after both our German youngsters have gone back from their loan spell. We have Osborne up front along with Morgan. Hopefully we can find a replacement in there suitable. We have Kaya, who's developing along very nicely. He's at 65 already. Both our central defensive mid now have changed because, again, Carney's still injured. We'll take a look at that in a sec. And Craig has replaced Rebiger, so that's how that's looking. Novak is developing very nicely. He's 74 overall. We had Gideon Jung join the team, who's at 68. So the back line is looking much more solid than it did last season. Of course, Nyland is still in as our keeper. He's even moved up 1 overall point, which is impressive, seeing how I believe, is he 32 now? Yeah, 32. So he moved up one at 31. You don't really see that too often. But here's what I was talking about with the glitch happening, because I think too many players left on free transfers. So these 3 guys were just given to the team to fill out the team sheet. And Karabek here is 73 overall rated and only 20 years old. So I'm not too sure where this guy came from, but I'm sure he's going to fetch us quite a bit of cash. So what we're going to do to make this fair, they're never going to play for us. I'm going to do my best to sell these guys for literally the first offer that comes through. And there, as you can see, Chukwuemeka, he's still injured, about 3 more months to go, and his overall is going down even, which is really tough because he was just blazing through with his overall points growing up. So he was at 60, now back down to 67. So hopefully it stops there, and he'll be ready to go sooner rather than later. Next, we're going to take a quick look here at the youth academy. And at the end of the last episode, I was taking a look at Ollie Blake here, who's 17 years old and he's a left back. I thought making the change to him to putting him a striker might be a great move. So his development plan has completed, and if you remember, last episode I said his overall points should shoot up 5, maybe even 10. But looking at the stats, I think it might be even more than that. So we'll go ahead and we'll change position, and just like that, he's 62 overall rated. That is a huge change there, and he's, again, the potential stays 79 to 94. So I think we'll be promoting this guy very quickly, especially if we can't bring anybody in as an attacking player. There's a really good option now for our bench. And another one here is Jonathan Wilkinson. We're gonna keep him as it says center mid and center defensive mid, but again, judging by his stats, he had way better attacking skills. And if you just go look at the defending, it's 32. So the same thing here. I've had him change to an attacking midfielder and see what happens, and now he's a 61. So at the very least, these guys will be they can make the bench immediately. I mean, Wilkinson, he's still 15, so we can't promote him just yet, but those are 2 big changes for our youth squad. So that's a really good start to season 2 already. So taking a quick look here at the squad hub, we're gonna go to financial here. These guys are probably, so Adam Karabek, we can't even put him as add him to the loan list. I don't even know what to do. Maybe we'll include them in deals to get them out. So what, Karabek's 1, Samuel Edrock's the other. Again, can't even transfer list them, so that's tough. And I don't, there's the other one, George Fochive there. So I don't know, we'll see. They're not going to feature for us because we didn't get them. So what we will focus on is who we can bring in. So we'll next take a quick look at the transfer hub. There are a few players here I have listed out, and a couple guys who who really could help us if we can grab on loan. Looking at Connor Bradley there, who's now back to being with Liverpool after his loan spell at Bolton ended. In real life, he's currently playing very, very well for my Bolton Wanderers. So he's someone I've highlighted right away. It says right wing back, we have Jamie Sterry there, but maybe we can switch him over to left wing. Charlie Webster, another youngster from Chelsea. We obviously have that chemistry and the relationship building with Chelsea, having Cheko Meka here. Lewis Hall, center mid, but also can play left back, so that'll be another one to look for. And Romeo Lavia here from Southampton. A couple of guys we might look to loan in. And then I have a couple of free agents here. I'm still waiting on the scouting reports to be complete. And a couple other players we might try to make moves for. So before we jump into this, we'll just go check out the board objectives, and then we'll get hopefully signing some players. So if we go to youth development, it is actually, this is a good thing to point out. The domestic success has gone from high to low when we moved up leagues. So I guess it will change, but anyway, we'll see here. So youth development, this is exactly what we had last season. Just signed one player to each position, so we'll try to get that done. Sign one player from North America, which we had last season as well. Again, continental success is no objective. We're nowhere near any kind of continental tournament, so there's nothing there. League One, avoid relegation. Okay, that is obviously the goal. What was the second one there? The round of 16 again, the FA Cup. That's again gonna be very tough to do. Hopefully we can get a good draw. And then we got to start selling some youth players, so we'll see. But the focus right now will be strengthening our team and hopefully getting some depth in there, as we currently need to fill at least 3 spots because we're not playing with those other 3 guys. So jumping back here, I think the first things we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get both these Chelsea guys on loan, and we'll see what they say. Oh, wasn't expecting that from Charlie Webster. Okay. Lewis Hall, hopefully he's not the same thing. Okay, perfect, because he's the more of the man who's more who can play in more positions, so we can rely on him a bit more. So we'll see if we can get him in. There's no new Chelsea manager, Graham Potter. So basic terms, hopefully they'll say 1 year. I was hoping for at least 2, like Carney, but okay. Wage split. Ooh, Lewis Hall makes a bit more than I thought he would. But let's try to go 40-60. Hopefully they agree, and they do. So we'll wait to hear from Lewis Hall. We'll do the same thing for Connor Bradley. Can we get him on loan? They're open to it, so this is a good start. Basic terms. Ooh, they're offering it's an option, and they only want 1 year. Okay, that's fine. We'll accept, because I think we'll have him on the other wing. Again, making a bit more than I thought he would be here, but we have tons more budget than we did last season, which is nice. So get him at 40-60, and they agree. So there's 2 potential guys ready to join Wakefield FC. We'll go down to our free agents aren't ready yet. We don't have the scouting report ready to go. But is there? I thought there was one more. Oh yeah, we'll try Romeo Lavia. Will they let him loan out? They will. So if honestly, worst case scenario, they all say no, but I'm okay with all 3 coming in. So it's not gonna be too big of a deal if they all say yes. Again, trying for that 2, but it's just gonna go for the 1 year for now. There's much more of a salary I was expecting. Go ahead and Southampton, a bit smaller club, I guess, than the first 2, so they want 50-50, and we'll take that. So waiting on these 3 guys, we'll go ahead and skip a few days and see where we're at. So we skipped a couple days, and Lavia has already agreed, which is great. So we'll have more options in the center of midfield, which is good. We have an offer for Jamie Osborne here, who they're offering over market value, and we wouldn't see him play against us. I'm gonna say yeah, because we've changed that formation to go from the 5-2-3 to 5-3-2, so we're playing a bit more narrow. And Jamie Osborne apparently doesn't fit into the striker position, even though I thought he would. So we're gonna go ahead and just accept that right away, and maybe we'll hear some good news. Well, we have a cut scene here, and it's Connor Bradley on his way in. So I guess he's accepted the loan move as well. So that's That's awesome. Hopefully he'll do okay switching over to that left wing back position. Okay, there we have the announcement of Romeo Lavia. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one. Connor Bradley loaned in. We're still waiting on Lewis Hall. So did he say yes as well? No, we don't know that for a fact yet. So, but Connor Bradley loaned in. Perfect. Let's jump one more day here. We'll sim the train just on this occasion. Got another cutscene. So it looks like Lewis Hall has joined as well. So there are 3 big signings right off the bat. So taking a quick look now at the new team sheet, looks like we have Connor Bradley who slotted into the left wing back position, and apparently there's no issue there. We'll see if it affects it in gameplay because his weak foot is only a 2-star. That'll definitely be something we add to his development, but there's no going down in stats. Lavia is going down by 4 because I guess his passing stat takes it down, being a center mid rather than being center defensive mid. But I'm not worried about that. And Lewis Hall slots in there as well. So we have a very young midfield that maybe we can look to getting some veteran strikers in to help out this squad. So we shall see. We'll jump back to the transfer hub right now. So basically, what I'm gonna do here with this little issue of having those 3 guys, I guess I'll just try to take it as a transfer bump. Maybe we'll see if so someone, for example, like Luke Kundle. Let's see if I can get rid of one of the 3 players for this guy right here. We'll approach the buy and see if, because we can't sell them, but maybe we can offer them as a player swap. So I think, I don't know what positions they were. I think one of them was a winger. Yeah, let's see if Samuel Idiok will go, and they'll take that right now. Should be pretty close. We're not looking for any players in return. They're gonna consider an offer that's... This is interesting because it's way under the market value that they're offering. What if we counter and let's edit this, or add sell on to, bring that to just 5% and see what happens for this guy. Will he accept that? They want 7. Sure, let's see if we can add a little bit of center midfield depth in Luke Kundle. Do we know his weekly wage? 3,700. Let's go ahead and negotiate here, because we still do have a pretty good amount of transfer budget left. We'll go ahead and see. He should be able to take rotation now, I think, because there are 3 guys who have better stats. He wants important, so we'll go ahead and say yeah. And at this point, if we can sign this guy, maybe we'll give him more of a chance over Hall, because he'll be our player. So we'll see. Let's go ahead. 4-year deal. Is he like that? He'll take it. That's good. Disregard release clause, and then that's a big bonus. Do I just leave that because there's no chance he gets 20 goals, or is a center midfielder? But let's counter. Gonna remove the bonus and just give him 50,000 or 40,000. No, 50,000. See what he says. It's still gonna leave us with just under $3 million and a weekly budget of 55,000. So that's pretty solid, honestly. If you can say yes to this, which he does, so it's another player we can add on to the squad depth. So this is fantastic. Center midfield is actually looking really good now, especially when Chukwuemeka gets back. So we'll see, where do they rank this? An A signing, so that's perfect. It's a great deal for Wakefield FC. Again here, I'll try to do the same thing with ARP. We'll see what we can get done here. Player swap. Who's the midfielder? 5.5 mil. So we'd be giving away a ton here if they say yes. Hopefully they just do to get rid of one of these good players here. They'd rather I'm not sure what's happening here. Lewis Hall, we just got him on loan from Chelsea. How are we able to... Okay, I'm just going to end negotiations because there's too many glitches going on at once to say that we're going to give away a loan player that doesn't even belong to us for someone. Wow, that's wild. So, okay, so that didn't work. And I guess we'll just have to keep going on the trek of we're not going to... I don't even know what that was about. But anyways, we'll see here because we still do need a striker. We're waiting on a couple of them here to be finished being scouted. Ollie Burke, I think, is one of them. I mean, this is a former Premier League player. Look at that sprint speed and acceleration alone. Strength is good. We just don't know enough about him right now. So what we'll do here is I'm going to sim a couple of days. We'll go look at the preseason tournament and then see if any of these scouting reports are done in the next few days. So we'll take a quick look here at the preseason tournament. It was, I believe, like 500 or 600,000 pounds. The pot for winning this tournament, and it's a lot of teams that we saw last season. With then I think mixing in a couple Dutch teams, like RKC Walvik, hopefully I'm saying that right, and Volendam also. So again, we don't have the scouting report back yet from the free agent, so we'll go ahead. We'll sim this tournament and see if we're good to go. So we're going to go jump in the transfer hub just one sec, but while we were simming, we got the news that Osborne has been sold and that there's been an offer for Orjan Nyland, and that's going to be the quickest of rejects because not only do we have no one to replace him in net, but at the same time, he's been a rock there behind us, and I can't see us selling him anytime soon. So Nyland will be staying with us for a while for sure. And yeah, we'll go check the transfer hub now, and we see we've got a lot of the overalls in. So I think gonna go ahead and use one of the free agent signings right here in Oliver Burke if we can. It's saying that we should offer him in between 12 and 7.4 for a contract, and I believe we have that. So I think this would be a really good signing. Ollie Burke's still someone who's not old at all. Like 26, he's about to be in its prime, so let's put him crucial, because for sure seeing him playing a lot. We'll go set that at the 5 years. We say yes. The only one's 3. I'll agree to that. Disregard release clause, and then just straight up offer him 10. With a signing bonus of 60,000. See what he says, and they're happy with that. So, so Ollie Burke, big signing for Wakefield FC. I'm just gonna assume this is gonna get an A because it was a free transfer. So, so yeah, so excellent deal, and he's gonna go right into the starting lineup. John Malone, he says he will, but at the same time now, I mean, we have strengthened the center mid, so maybe we'll leave our second free agent signing up in the air for now, so, or at least maybe focus in. Will Ferguson, will he let us be loaned out this time around? Okay, so last year it was the contract not long enough. This time around it's been accepted. So let's just go basic term for him. 2 year. They agreed to 2 years, so this would be big. Let's split it. It's Brighton, so I'm not sure if they're gonna take 40, 60. They don't. For once, we actually have the weekly budget, so we'll just accept that, and hopefully there's a yes here, because be another big signing in for Wakefield FC. And the last thing here before we jump to the calendar, we're gonna go ahead and also use one of our signing a youth player, and it's going to be Ollie Blake, pushing him to the first team, because again, 62, I mean, he's already better than Billy Morgan, or right below as a 17-year-old, so we're going to go ahead and promote him to the senior team. So after simming the 3 preseason games, we won, drew, and drew. So unfortunately, that wasn't enough. As you can see there, we didn't win, but an undefeated preseason, I'll definitely take that. And as well as Evan Ferguson has been loaned in for a 2-year loan move. So I think for now we're gonna cut the transfers there. That's enough for now, and we're gonna take a look at the updated team sheet before we check the calendar, before we jump into the highlights. A lot going on all there at once, but one thing at a time. Let's go. So jumping into the season, this is what the starting 11 going forward will look like. We have Burke and Ferguson up front. We have Kaya, the still 16-year-old, holding down center attacking mid. Behind him is the 18-year-old Lewis Hall, and then the oldest one of the midfield, 19-year-old Lavia. We have Connor Bradley and Jamie Sterry on the wing backs, Novak, Taylor, and Jung in the center defense positions, and of course the captain Orion Nyland holding down the fort in between the sticks. And we have Seydou Ibrahim, Knight, Craig, Morgan, Blake, Kundal, and Green on the subs bench. So I think we're looking to be in pretty good shape. I mean, I'm really hoping that Ollie Burke will be a big upgrade here in attack. Look at the pace and physical. If we look back to just in League 2, Viper was a nightmare up front with his physical stats of it was like 70, I think his strength was. So hopefully Ollie Burke, with the combination of physicality and pace, hopefully he can tear up League 1. So we'll go take a look at the calendar right now and see what the upcoming season looks like. So to start the season, we actually have our old buddies from Northampton will be our first game of the new League 1 season. And then that'll be followed up with a cup match against Shrewsbury again. And then Mansfield. So it looks like Mansfield made it up from that last playoff position. And then that's funny. We'll start the season against two League 2 teams. And then we get into the thick of it here. As you can see, Derby County there, Oxford, Fleetwood. And then, Bolton didn't get promoted. That's sad. But we'll see there. And then this is going to take us, this will be the end of the transfer window right here. So what we'll do is, I think we will play one away, one home game. We might as well, do we want to play Northampton again? I want to get revenge against them. So maybe we'll play the opening game of the season and then this home game at Fleetwood, and come back at the transfer deadline day to see if we need any extra help for the rest of the season. So let's go to the highlights right now. All right, so one last thing before we jump into the highlights. I think I jumped the gun there a bit. We are going to take a quick look at our new jerseys. So with the away, we kept with the same style, just inverted from white to black. So it's a nice sharp presentation there. The home, now we go with the white kit with the black and yellow stripe down. And now we basically kept the same design as the baby blue, just went all red this time for the alternate kit. Just had to make sure to give the updated kits change for season 2. Now let's get into the highlights. So coming into this game, we were looking for revenge because at the end of last season, Northampton did get a vital win against us. Luckily, it didn't hurt our promotion cause. And just like last time, it didn't start out great against Northampton, as the front three very much takes advantage of our defense, and it's Pinnock here who's getting Northampton on the board just over 4 minutes into this one. Jurthamton would double their lead in a really weird play here, in a looped header that Nyland reacts late, and it looked like it was defended by Jung, but then Pinnock gets a looping header that goes over the Wakefield keeper to make it 2-0. Just over the half an hour mark, the ball will be played up to Connor Bradley, who has a ton of space, looks to deliver the ball in, looking for Billy Morgan. Didn't win it, but caused enough havoc that the clearance wasn't good enough, and it comes to new signing Ollie Burke, who opens his account for Wakefield to make it 2-1. That's the way the score would stay into the second half, and Wakefield's best chance to tie this one came only 5 minutes after the restart. As the ball pops up, Billy Morgan heads it down. Chikaya, whose header is really well saved by the Northampton keeper, who awkwardly gets down but keeps it out. Just before the hour mark, it would be Pinnock here looking for a chance for a hat-trick, but his fizzing shot just goes wide of the far post. There was only one added minute in this one, and Northampton would just play the ball around in our own half. The shot goes wide, but it would be enough for Northampton to get another big win at home against Wakefield FC. Next up for Wakefield, look to rebound in a big game at home against Fleetwood Town. Early on this one, Kaya would get a ball played out wide, loops it over, and there he is again. Ollie Burke with the towering header. His skill alone is pretty much better than anything in League One, but it's this power and pace that the teams are having trouble with. Here comes Burke again, but a big save by the Fleetwood Town keeper to keep it 1-0. Fleetwood's best chance of the first half would come here, as a turning shot was blocked, and then one hits the crossbar, and Nyland finds the ball well and gathers to stop the attack. The second half would start off at 1-0, and Kaya again would have a ball here. The outsiders who plays it on over to Ollie Burke, takes a nice touch, and then a great finish, skipping it off the grass into the side netting to make it 2-0 for Wakefield, his second goal of the game. This was basically a perfect game by Wakefield, except for the challenge here that the ref deemed a red card because the player turned his back on Lewis Hall at the last second. But that wouldn't stop Ollie Burke from getting his hat-trick, as in added time, Kaya again would play the ball over to Ollie Burke, who takes a nice touch and somehow finds it past the keeper for his hat-trick goal. All 3 goals in this game were assisted by Kaya. As you see there, Oliver Burke takes the match ball, and it is a huge 3-0 win for Wakefield FC. So after 6 games, we are currently sitting in 8th place. The season did not start good with that tough loss to Northampton. The next 3 sims were all draws. We got us off the schneid there with a 3-0 win against Fleetwood, and then I believe it was against Oxford for the last game of the month that we simmed to get another victory. So we're sitting in 8th place. We beat Shrewsbury in the first round of the cup, but then we drew Fulham after that, and surprisingly enough, we got the penalties on the sims, but we did lose 5-4. So to be in 8th place right now, I'll definitely take that. Next, we're gonna go take a look at the transfer hub, where we're gonna have to make some adjustment to the rules, and we'll explain that in just a sec. So what I didn't realize is that when you sim games, the AI will put your best team available forward. So that means Kaya has been sitting in favor of Adam Karabak, even though we have him in the reserves. So basically what we're going to do here is I've made one of my 2 free agent signings by signing Ollie Burke. I'm going to give myself a 3rd free agent signing because I have to let these guys go for I have to release them from their contract, and look how much they cost. This one's almost £700,000, and then I got to do the same thing for Iduak, who is not change kit number. Got a release hit for it's been over £1 million that this cost me because we were giving these guys as a glitch, and now just like that I'm out £1 million. So we're gonna get myself an extra free agents transfer. How much money do we have remaining now because of this? We still have 2 million at least. So it's not nothing, but we're giving myself an extra free agent signing because of that. And I think we're gonna have to go with. I'm playing a little bit of recency bias because Bolton just played, I believe it was Lincoln a few weeks ago, and even though Bolton won 2-0, Regan Poole actually played really, really well for Lincoln and was one of the only good players on that team. So it's between him or Ryan Ennis, and he's injury prone. He is 6'5". 3 years younger, good athleticism, jumping 91. That's gonna make up for him being 6 foot. Yeah, I think we gotta go Regan Poole and try to sign him here to Wakefield FC. Wants an important role, we can give him that. Give him 4 years. Will he take that? He will. So that's a good start. Doesn't want a release clause. That's fine. And he's asking for, we can't see that bonus there. Asking for 80 in total, 80,000 in total bonus. So that wage of 2.5 is great. We'll remove the bonus and make it again a cool 50,000 signing bonus and see what he says. And they accept. So we're still gonna have one more free agent signing to do this time around because of what's going on with the players just being added on. We still had one more free given to us, but at the same time, he's not good enough that he's making a difference and not coming on in Sim, so that's fine. So Regan Poole, great signing there for Wakefield. And I wonder what the last move we should do. I was thinking about Courtney Baker Richardson. He's only 63, but if you look at his physical stats, he might be a nice change up front to have, because everyone else is just kind of speedy and not real strong. And as we saw in the last highlight package, Ollie Burke is making a big difference. So maybe Courtney Baker Richardson might be a good signing, but maybe we'll just leave it for now. Yeah, we're just gonna take another look at the team sheet. We're gonna leave it now. It's gonna sim past the transfer deadline. We might as well actually. We'll see what we get here. Sterry transfer offer, interesting, but he's one of our mainstays as well, so it's gonna be reject right away. Player chat. Thanks for putting back in the team. Unfortunately for Dave Taylor, he might be on his way out, but I realized when playing, we didn't really have any subs for center back. So we played 8 games in that month, including cup games, and we had a very tired back line. So we're going to go ahead, continue advancing. No, we're just going to simulate the training, which then should take us into the transfer deadline day. And we'll see if we get anything... any impressive offers here, which I don't think we will, and I don't think we're at the point to sell anybody just yet. So I think we'll just take it all the way down here, and then go with what we have. I think we should be okay now. I mean, now we have a couple options coming off the bench from attacking, since we have the coverage as from maybe a right back eventually. We'll see. Maybe we can find scouting. Actually, that's a good point. I need to hire a better scout. That's what we're gonna do after this, and just go from there. But yeah, no offers coming in. That $1 million hurt to lose that just to release guys, but we still have a pretty good squad of loan players. What's that old saying there? When someone comes back from long-term injury, it's like another transfer. So we'll get that boost when Carney Chukwuemeka gets back. He's still, I think, 2 months away. But last thing we'll do before jumping into the next set of highlight package is we'll check the calendar, but we'll also go ahead, I think, and hire a new scout. And well, let's go ahead and the same thing. Yeah, 4 and 2. We'll hire Peter Skinner here. And we'll send him out. Send him for... we don't have any good keeper. Is keeper one of the things you can look for? Goalkeeper. Let's go to England for 3 months for a goalkeeper and see what he can... so you can come back for us. We have Benjamin Baker, so we might as well just set him out to... well, Scotland. We'll send him to England as well for 3 months for... Let's go defensive-minded players and see what did that not work? Your other scouts kind of said, oh, so you can't send to the same country. Interesting. I did not know that. So where do we want to send him? We'll send him to Scotland. Ollie Burke has been a good find, so we'll send him to Scotland and see what's going on. So we'll take a quick look at the calendar before jumping into the games here. We have Lincoln at home. It's a pretty busy schedule. I think a lot of home games actually. 4 home games, 2 away. That's nice. So we won't play the Bolton game because I can't force myself to do it. That'll definitely be a sim. We'll play I guess 2 home games. We'll go Lincoln and then Forest Green, and we'll jump back in after and see how we're doing after those 6 games. So like we said, we're going to start off with the Lincoln game here, as we've been getting terrible weather in Wakefield apparently in this video. We're sitting pretty right now, but we still need a lot of results to go our way. In the 24th minute, Lincoln would bring the attack to Wakefield, and a lot of back heels in the box, but a big save by Nyland to keep this game 0-0. Off that ensuing corner, though, the ball would eventually find its way to Max Sanders, and his low drive finds the back of the net perfectly into the side netting, beating Orion Nyland to make it 1-0 for the visitors. Wakefield would look to get one back. Cundall will play the ball to Sterry, who chips the ball over to Burke. It finds way to Ferguson, but his shot just goes wide. And this one would remain 1-0 going into the half. Just after the restart, Kaya would play the ball in again to Burke. And again, he finds the back of the net. This combination of Kaya to Burke has been nasty so far this season, as I personally have had 4 goals and 4 assists with them. Lincoln would look to regain the lead, but 55th minute, the shot goes harmlessly wide. Skipping ahead now to the 74th, Kaya would play the ball to Burke, who sees young Ollie Blake over the top, and he nets his first goal for the club as the 17-year-old gives Wakefield the 2-1 lead. Huge comeback here by Wakefield. Into the dying minutes of this game, Kaya plays a beautiful ball over to Blake, who unfortunately sees his shot stopped. Started one for the chip over the keeper, but they would come to nothing, and Wakefield sealed this one off and still win it 2-1. Jumping ahead next on the schedule would be Forest Green Rovers. Wakefield looking to continue playing well here, and they get off to a great start as Connor Bradley finds his way in, but the originally right-footed left wing back takes his shot just wide, trying to open his account for the club. We're going to show this one here as we got a red card for a lesser of a challenge. He stays on the field, and less than 5 minutes later, Forest Green are opening the scoring when I personally think they should be down to 10 men from that vicious tackle from behind, but it's Jamil Matt who opens the scoring for Forest Green. It remained that way into the second half, where Forest Green kept on coming. It's going to be Brown here, the man who should be sent off, plays a great pass in, and it's going to be Matt Stevens who gives Forest Green Rover the 2-0 lead on the road. This would be Wakefield's best chance as Bradley finds Blake, who puts it past the keeper, but unfortunately he's just a couple inches offside. And that would be it for Wakefield, as the only measure of revenge here is that Ollie Burke was able to take out the keeper, which FIFA doesn't usually let you do, so that's fun. But unfortunately, it would be a 2-0 loss for Wakefield to Forest at home. So here we have it. After 12 games, it's again, kind of like last season, a really, really crowded top of the table. We have Sheffield Wednesday, who is actually undefeated through 12, so good for them. They're sitting on 30 points. But if you look at 4th place Blackpool, and then go all the way down to 10th place Oxford, it's a 3-point gap. We're currently missing out on the last playoff spot by goal differential, so we are by no means out of the mix right now. And I think all things considered, we're playing pretty well at the moment. So guys, that's where we're going to leave this episode. We're doing pretty well so far in League One. The big objective is avoid relegation right now, and we're on goal differential out of a playoff spot. So I think after 12 games, it's looking pretty good right now. So if you haven't already, please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, helps out a lot. Comment down below on some ideas that you're having for the series so far, and stay tuned. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode coming soon.